So, uh, um, I'm gonna say this. It's very difficult for me to be comfortable in my skin. Because I got eczema and acne, and it's just a complete mess, to be honest. Um, you know, it is a mess, and I think to be honest, you look at it. How do you kind of be confident, and how do you, talk to a camera doing stand up? Um, how you talk to a camera doing stand up? Well, the first thing is you accept that you make mistakes. And trust me, you can make mistakes at any time in your life. And by any time, I mean literally any time. So I'll give you guys an example. Um, a lot of people say that, like, your first breath in this world is the most important one. Well, that's not even when you fuck it up. You say, life begins with the first breath. No, no. You know where it begins? It begins in the uterus. It begins, when it's when you're like gestating and shit, right? And you think, oh, that should be a totally like normal process. Um, but yo, babies and shit are complicated, man. Like first and foremost, you ever see how fucking tiny a baby is and shit? They got all those fucking, it's like tiny ass fingers and a soft ass head, and like, that's insane. But like, anyway, my point is this: you can be fucked up before you're even born, and I'm an example of that. So let me take you back to like 1998. When shit was good. We had Friends on the air and shit. Everyone loves the 90s. I love the 90s. Everyone loves the 90s. Okay, that's good. And, I was like, I was this little sperm, I swum into an egg, slid in perfectly. I started gestating, you know, turned into, the different stages of birth. I evolved from this weird embryonic sac into, a baby with a rope on my belly button. And then, um, what happened was I didn't come out at the right time. And I don't mean like Kevin Spacey not come out at the right time. I meant like I popped out of there at the wrong time. Because that's what people don't seem to understand is like babies, weirdly enough, are like a fucking cake. You're like, you mix the ingredients together. Hopefully they're good ingredients. Hopefully, they're good ingredients. There's good chemistry between the ingredients. Hopefully those elements mix properly. Hopefully those things work, and you know, hopefully those elements just stay together. But the thing is, after you go through the whole sperm and the egg, you're basically just chilling there in the uterus like a fucking birthday cake or a loaf of bread or your favorite pastry. And I know how much everyone loves their pastries, and there are two things we hate about pastries: when they're underdone or when they're overcooked. Now, like, I'll admit it probably wasn't my fault. It probably wasn't my fault that I popped out way too early. It wasn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. But I'm like, I'm just chilling there in the uterus. I'm chilling. I'm having a good time. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling lit. Everything's okay. Everything's suddenly, bam, out into the world. And it's like, you're like, all right, shit's gonna get good from here. Shit's gonna get fucking flawless. Shit's gonna be insane. And shit's gonna be great. When you're a little kid, you see all those. You can think you can do anything, right? But here with me, boom, out of the uterus. I wasn't, chilling. I wasn't, cool. I was like almost choking and breathing and not breathing and shit. It was scary as fuck. Um, first and foremost. But that was a mistake, to be honest. That was a fucking mistake. It's not like I was, one of those cool little, it's not like I got to do anything normal growing up. I mean, normal's a relative term. I wasn't like one of those, okay, those weird kids, in the city you see with the fucking, riding scooters on bicycles. I wasn't willing to go out and like risk my life from life and limb and shit. It's like I wasn't ready for that shit. And it's like, the thing is, like, it was a mistake. I don't know what happened. They pumped my mom full of drugs and shit, but they couldn't figure it out. And, I was like, I don't know why. Something about me was like, hey, hey, kid, yo, there's like a fucking world out here. Yo, I want to go. I want to go. I was basically like a kid waiting for Palladium brunch. I was like, yo, you gotta go. You gotta go, son. You gotta go. I was so confident. I was feeling it. I was like, there's a great big world out there. And suddenly, you know, like I said earlier, pop. And that kind of defined my whole life. I was like, well, shit. You know? The thing is, like, yeah. It's like when you're not prepared, like I obviously kind of am prepared. You're never prepared for anything, in my opinion. But, you got to be confident. You got to own it. It doesn't matter if you're, the president of the United States, who, can we just say, obviously was not prepared for this job, probably didn't even want this job. You got to own it. Hey, I mean, Beyonce made mistakes. I mean, come on. I definitely made a mistake coming here. I mean, I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. I got medical bills to pay. I got a kick-ass wheelchair back there. And you know what? If you can own your mistakes, then you can pretty much do fucking anything, because a mistake, I'm going to let it hold. A mistake is sorry. A mistake is basically a bad decision like this one. No, I'm sorry. Not like this one. A mistake. Okay, well, a mistake is something that's more of you than anything else you do. Because come on, we all make small fuck ups, and hey, if everyone else is fucked up, then hey, you better own that fuck up, because the only thing you can't fuck up is to fuck up. Anyway, my name is Brian Chang, and this has been my stand up set.